Hello, welcome to Medium with a Mic. I'm your host, Kari Bandel. Let's explore a topic that makes people panic buy insurance and avoid signing contracts like they're cursed scrolls. Mercury Retrograde. Now, before you start checking your calendar and rescheduling your entire life, let's talk about what Mercury Retrograde actually is, what it isn't, and how you can work with this energy instead of hiding under your bed waiting for it to pass. Let's start with the science because, yes, there is science here. Mercury retrograde is an astronomical phenomenon where Mercury appears to move backward in the sky from our perspective here on Earth. I say appears because it's not actually moving backwards. It's an optical illusion caused by the differences in orbital speed between Earth and Mercury. Think of it like being on a highway. You're driving at 65 miles per hour and you pass a car going 55. From your perspective, that car looks like it's moving backward relative to you, even though it's still moving forward. That's essentially what's happening with Mercury retrograde. This happens about 3 to 4 times a year, and each retrograde period lasts roughly 3 weeks. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun and it zips around pretty quickly, which is why we experience this phenomenon several times annually. Now, let's talk about the spiritual and astrological significance. In astrology, Mercury rules communication, technology, travel, contracts, and information. It's the messenger planet named after the Roman god Mercury, the swift footed messenger of the gods. When Mercury appears to go retrograde, astrologers believe that all things Mercury related can go a bit wonky. We're talking miscommunications, tech glitches, travel delays, lost emails, and agreements that fall apart. It's like the universe is hitting the pause button on forward momentum and saying, hey, maybe review that before you hit send. But here's where I want to shift your perspective. Mercury retrograde isn't a cosmic villain, it's actually a gift in disguise. Mercury retrograde is about the 3 R's: review, reflect, and revise. This is not a time to panic. It's a time to slow down and look at what needs attention. Review. Go back over your work, your communications, your plans. That contract you're about to sign, read it again. The email you drafted, check it one more time. This period asks us to be more thorough and intentional. Reflect. Mercury retrograde often brings people, situations, and issues from the past back into our awareness. An old friend might reach out, an unresolved issue might resurface. Instead of seeing this as bad luck, see it as an opportunity to heal, resolve, or find closure. Revise. This is the perfect time to edit, reorganize, and improve what already exists. Clean up your computer files, reorganize your workspace, revise that project that you've been putting off. The energy supports refinement over launching something brand new. Here's the thing, stuff goes wrong during Mercury retrograde, yes, but stuff also goes wrong when Mercury isn't retrograde. We just notice it more when we're paying attention and expecting it. This is a psychological phenomenon called confirmation bias. When you believe Mercury retrograde causes problems, you notice every single thing that goes wrong and attribute it to the retrograde, while ignoring all the things that go smoothly. Meanwhile, you probably don't remember the tech glitch you had on a random Tuesday in May when Mercury was direct. That said, there is something energetically different during these periods. Many people who are sensitive to energy, and if you're listening to this podcast, that's probably you, report feeling more scattered, tired, or experiencing more static in their intuitive channels during retrograde periods. So, how do we navigate this period with grace instead of dread? First, back everything up. Technology can be finicky during this time, so back up your important files, save your work more frequently, and maybe don't choose retrograde week to launch your new website. Learn from my mistakes on that one. Second, communicate clearly with extra patience. Text messages get misunderstood. Emails go to spam. Phone calls drop. When you're communicating, be extra clear about your intentions and confirm that people receive your messages. And when someone misunderstands you, and they will, take a breath and try again without getting frustrated. Third, expect delays and build in a buffer time. If you have to travel, leave earlier than usual. If you have a deadline, finish ahead of time if possible. If you're meeting someone, confirm the day before. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about being prepared. Fourth, don't start major new projects if you can help it. This isn't a ban, but if you can wait to launch that business, sign that lease, or start a new relationship until Mercury goes direct, you might save yourself some headaches. If you can't wait, just triple check everything and know you might need to make adjustments later. Fifth, use this time for the R's we talked about. Clean out your closets, finish incomplete projects, have that conversation you've been avoiding, reconnect with old friends. This is the universe giving you permission to tie up loose ends. Here's something many people don't know. Mercury retrograde actually has shadow periods before and after the official retrograde. About 2 weeks before Mercury goes retrograde, it enters what's called the pre shadow period. Mercury is traveling through the same degrees of the zodiac that it will later retrograde back through. You might start noticing some retrograde like effects during this time. Then there's the post shadow period, which lasts about 2 weeks after Mercury goes direct. During this time, Mercury is moving forward through the same degrees again for the third and final time. Things start to stabilize, but you might still be dealing with situations or issues that arose during the retrograde. So, really, each Mercury retrograde cycle is about 7 weeks total when you include the shadows. This is why it can feel like we're always in Mercury retrograde, because we kind of are dealing with its effects a lot of the year. Let's talk about the gifts this period brings, because there are many. Mercury retrograde is excellent for introspection and inner work. When external communication gets messy, it pushes us to look inward. This is a beautiful time for meditation, journaling, and connecting with your spirit guides. The veil between worlds can actually feel thinner during these periods for some people. It's also amazing for psychic development and intuitive work. When logic and linear communication get scrambled, intuitive hits can come through more clearly. Pay attention to your dreams during Mercury retrograde. They're often more vivid and meaningful. Creatively, this is a fantastic time for revision and refinement. Many writers, artists, and creators use Mercury retrograde periods specifically to edit and polish their work. The energy supports improvement over intention. And perhaps most importantly, Mercury retrograde brings resolution. Unfinished business surfaces so it can finally be completed. Conversations that need to happen find their moment. Patterns that need to be broken become obvious. This is healing work, even when it's uncomfortable. I want to offer you a different way to think about the challenges that arise during Mercury retrograde. What if these aren't problems at all, but rather course corrections? That deal that fell through, maybe it wasn't aligned with your highest good. The fight you had because of a misunderstanding, maybe it brought up an issue that needed to be addressed. That tech failure that made you lose work, maybe you were meant to approach it differently the second time. The universe isn't punishing you during Mercury retrograde. It's giving you opportunities to realign with your truth and your path. When things don't go according to plan, instead of cursing Mercury, ask yourself, what is this situation trying to show me? What do I need to review or reconsider? For me, it's saying Mercury retrograde over and over. Go ahead, try it. It's hard. Let me give you a quick checklist you can reference during the next Mercury retrograde. Back up all of your important files and data. Confirm appointments and reservations. Read contracts thoroughly before signing. Keep your phone charged and bring backup chargers. Leave extra time for travel. Save your work frequently. Communicate clearly and confirm understanding. Avoid impulsive purchases, especially electronics. Expect old friends or issues to resurface. Focus on the 3 R's: review, reflect, revise. Practice patience with yourself and others. Use the time for inner work and creativity. Don't make major life decisions impulsively. Journal about what's coming up for you. Trust that disruptions might be redirections. One last thing to note: Mercury retrograde takes on different flavors depending on which zodiac sign it's happening in. When it's in fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, communication might be more heated and conflicts could flare up more easily. When it's in earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, practical matters and finances might need review. In air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, mental confusion and communication mix ups can be more pronounced. And in water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, emotional misunderstandings and past relationship issues might surface. Knowing which sign Mercury is retrograding through can help you understand what areas of your life might need more attention during that particular cycle. Here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Mercury retrograde is not something to fear. It's a natural cycle that happens several times a year. And it's actually designed to help us slow down, review our lives, and make necessary adjustments. Yes, things might get a little chaotic. Yes, your phone might decide to update at the worst possible moment. And yes, your ex might text you out of nowhere. But all of this is happening for you, not to you. The key is to work with the energy instead of against it. Use this time wisely. Finish what you've started. Have those difficult conversations. Back up your files and read your emails before you send them. And most importantly, be gentle with yourself and others. We're all dealing with the same energetic weather, so a little extra compassion goes a long way. Remember, you are powerful, intuitive, and capable of navigating any cosmic condition with grace. Mercury retrograde is just another tool in the universe's kit for helping you become the highest version of yourself. Until next time, honor your journey and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when Mercury is moonwalking through the zodiac. Thank you for joining me today, and keep listening to those whispers of wisdom.